Hello guys, welcome back to Weather Easy. Before we get started with this video, I'd like to thank Marv Comer for being my 200th subscriber. It really appreciates me. And this is just a shout out to this user for helping my channel get to the goal. And hopefully we can get furthermore subscribers in the near future. And here is the temperature forecast for today. We're talking like below average temperatures, slightly below average for the northwest. And then most of the country will have above average temperatures. So the southeast could have way above average heat. This has got to be something that might happen. And as you get further northwest, the anomalies for the temperatures do decrease. But yeah, again, warmth dominates most of the country, at least early on in the month. Sorry if I say season at all. And we do expect some storms to develop. And with these mild conditions, there could definitely be quite some snowstorms. Especially anywhere to the orange, to the midline of orange, east of, let's say like Utah. Okay, here is the December precipitation forecast. The southern U.S. will be dominated by dry December, with much of it having slightly or below average temperatures. With pockets of above average precip for the southern Great Lakes, as well as the Pacific Northwest. So you can't rule that out for either of those locations. And this might be a quite interesting setup. If we do get any major snowstorms this month, I would say yeah, perhaps that probably will happen sometime this month. And yeah, again, if we were just in the temperature forecast and I mentioned the most likely areas for this setup, especially with the snowstorm part. With the ridge down in southern U.S., there could be concerns for dryness, and especially in the deep south and in the dark yellow, drought. Now, we are very shortly going to move on to the overall December 2020 forecast. Now, we're going to go from west to east. We're going to start with the raw and damp region. And if you don't know what raw means, it means cold and wet or rainy. And it can also be cold and snowy, but it's more likely to fit with rainy. So what we see here is that there will be a ton of Pareto systems for the West Coast, and I do expect that we do see a ton of heavy precipitation. So this eliminates drought concerns for much of the Northwest region. And we're going to move on to mild with cool periods. This region should expect mostly a mild December, but can't rule out a few periods where the cold air will sink in this region, bringing colder than normal conditions, especially toward the end of the summer, like around the holiday time, basically. And this is basically like a cross-country thing And it goes from like the Rockies all the way to the East Coast, mid-Atlantic. And now we're going to go to high and dry. Also another cross-country thing, except it actually goes to the southwest corner of the United States, basically Pacific Ocean, California. And it goes to Florida. So reaching the Gulf and Atlantic coast too. So yeah, not too much of a hard December at this point for these two regions. And now we're going to go on to Arctic chill. This is a smaller region than the three regions I've went through, but this is not the smallest region, I can guarantee you that. This will be generally a cold December for this region in the north central United States. And there is certainly going to be some maybe mild periods. It's early on December. So yeah, you gotta watch for what forecast changes, because this can change. And now we move on to extreme swing zone. This will go from warm, mild to likely real cold with Arctic air likely reaching this region, especially around on the holiday times, late December. And you might want to consider how you're going to celebrate the holidays, especially with the pandemic. And there could be a brutal cold at this point, at that time. But there might be some changes with this. But this will be the only December forecast I'm putting out there ever for this month. So, yeah. Now we're going to snowy west, warm east. The western half of this region in the northeastern United States will have some snowy and cold periods, with the Arctic air likely able to partially reach there. But in the eastern half of the region, the Arctic air might not be able to spill over there. So, yeah, primarily a warm December for you folks in the New England region. And then last region, we got nor'easters, which is basically the Tri-States megaplex area and surrounding areas. With this large area in the mid-Atlantic, northeast coast Atlantic, there are going to be northeasters likely with systems bringing rain and snow depending on what the storm tracks